What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Combat Corporation, your source for combat sports. I'm your host, Al the Postmaster Mario, and today I have a very cool gear review on a customized version of the Infinitude Raptor Xtreme training gloves. Alright folks, so before I get into the actual review itself, I just want to say the last couple videos have been of somewhat poor quality. They were very grainy and whatnot. That's simply because I made a very stupid error and had my camera in the wrong setting. So I'm very sorry about that, but I'm very happy to get it fixed just because there's so much detail to go into the Raptor Xtreme by Infinitude. Now, I've only known about Infinitude for a little over 6-7 months now, way back in November or December, but all I can say is I've had these gloves since the end of January, beginning of February, and they are just phenomenal. I love everything about these gloves. Now, I completely customized these. Infinitude does not in any way sponsor or endorse this channel or support this channel at all. I just went on their website and completely customized it, and they have a super easy customization interface, which I'll show you. It's all 3D, and you can customize everything down to the thumb attachment and the stitching even. So that's amazing. Another thing that I normally don't talk about to the end is that for the glove that you get and the price point, these, I think, cost me $110 plus $15 shipping, and that's the crazy part because that's just because I added the logo and you customize it. There's a customization fee. I added this and I added this other logo here, and those cost like I think it's only like $10 each edition, but the base glove itself, the Raptor Xtreme that you can buy outright, is $70. And it's, I'm pretty sure, fast expedited shipping. I think they have like 4 or 5 different options. These are, I think, only ground shipping for some reason, but I think it's just because they can never tell when they're going to get it to you. But it took them about 3 weeks for them to customize this, and then the week after I had them in my mailbox. So these gloves are amazing. For the glove that you get, I'm surprised they're not charging over $100 to $200 for this. And I'm going to bring a pair of gloves out later that I can actually compare these two. But right now I want to get into the look and the design of the glove. First off, the look. I completely customized, once again, everything on the glove, so I chose a completely black backing to the whole part of the knuckles and where the fingers are, which is awesome, and I put my logo on the back here. I really like the look of the glove on the back, and the way the logo pops out, I thought, oh, well, it might come out grainy or something, you know, there might be too many pixels, but no, it came out looking just like it does on my computer screen, which is insane. For the thumb, it's a two-tone thumb. And the reason why it's two-tone is because it has that stitch that divides it here, that little line. Normally there's one color here, but I just wanted a solid red color. And as you can see, we have the Combat Corporation right here. Just as Combat Corporation. I should have put the Combat Corp on the side, or just Combat Corp. And it looks pretty cool. I just couldn't fit the on it. And you can customize the font and everything on here, which is awesome. Going to the inside of the glove, the inside of the thumb, you can customize this color as well. I chose red, as well as a red piping to it. I chose a red palm piping with black laces. And the stitching, like I said, I customized everything right down to the stitching. It's a red stitching, so that's awesome. I chose a black palm color along this is the left side of my left wrist, and then on the right side of my left wrist, I have the white here, and it has the Combat Corporation original logo. I wanted it in the shield type logo, and I wanted the Combat Corporation there, but it just, I don't know, I like the look of the base logo itself. I also chose a red wrist cuff, and I think the whole glove in general, when you customize it, I think people expect 1 or 2 errors to come out, but there's no errors that come out at all. Also, another thing about the look is there's a very, very tiny tag that's a 16 ounce. So I always get 16 ounce gloves because I'm fat. But that's the look of the glove. Now the design, the reason why I get baffled by this glove, and the reason why it's like not, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, is the fact that the outer shell, starting off with, is a completely really good durable type of leather, and you can tell just because of the smell. When I take gloves out of their plastic wrapping and they just smell like a leather working shop. I understand that these were tanned, these were hided, these were ready to go and put onto this glove like fresh. It smells, honestly, it's the best leather smell out of any glove I've ever had. I think it even smells better than Reyes. And those Reyes that you see in every video up there, I've had those for 3.5 years, and they still smell like they did when they came out. I think these still smell as strong as they did, and I've had these since beginning of February, late January. You know, these are just a great smelling glove. The outer shell is completely durable. It has not shown any signs of like wear. It felt broken in right off the bat. They have the Infinity shell, which is on the inside. The padding is very soft. The whole glove is soft in general, but it's a puncher's glove that has a very defensive type feel to it. It's not it doesn't feel dense. That's the thing. It feels very soft, like a latex horsehair type padding, like you would feel in a Reyes or a MX Everlast glove, but they're very soft. They're even softer than that. But so they're very much a puncher's glove. But all my sparring partners, including me, when I hit, it doesn't feel like I'm just smashing my knuckles to bits, which is good. And and my sparring partners say, well, I don't feel like I'm getting hit by like a Mexican style glove. The wrist cuff has the 3 little bridges here, which is awesome, so the laces can go through. Which brings me to the one gripe I have about the design of the glove, is that the laces are really small compared to a lot of gloves. And it makes it a pain to lace it. And it's actually kind of impossible to show something that this glove shows off later on, but I'll do that on another pair of gloves just to show. The thumb is very much like a Grant thumb in that it's like curves up like that, and it's very, very comfortable. And the interior lining feels like a Grant glove as well, in that it has like that denim type feel towards the top. It dries out. It's antimicrobial on the inside. It's very comfortable. My hands do not get hot at all in this glove, and you would think, well, because of the leather, and the padding on the inside, man, it's going to make your gloves, it's going to make your hands feel like they're inside of a furnace, but no, not at all. It has a very nice grip bar here. It's a very soft grip bar. Like I said, everything about the glove is soft, even down to the wrist support, but the wrist support is perfect. I have zero complaints about the wrist support or knuckle support. The thumb placement's amazing. The stitching is two seam stitching, which is great. And it's very, very durable. No fraying as of yet, and I don't think I am going to see fraying for a long time. Stitching goes all the way up throughout the palm, the top of the fingers here, as well as the side of the glove, which is really cool. The glove in general is awesome. One thing I wish I could show, but it's really, really hard to show on these, is I'm actually going to bring out another pair of gloves, which are very similar, and I'm going to break that down. But I have a pair of Grants here. What I'll do is I'll take the lace apart. Is that a lot of people, when they have gloves and they're getting ready for a bout, I'll just skip right to the end part that people normally do. When they lace their gloves, they'll go around and up, and then what they'll do is they'll come towards the top of the glove, bring it really, really high, like about here, and then they'll do something called pinching. So they'll pinch it way up here, right? And I wish this lace wouldn't keep sliding down. It's really hard. I'm not the best at pinching because I don't like doing it. But people will pinch here for better wrist support on the glove. But the thing is, it ruins the padding in that area. But here's the cool part. I don't know if you can really see, but it's so puffy looking all throughout here. It's nice and big. But here, it's denser and it's lighter. So it has that strip. If you want to pinch the gloves, you can. It's right there, and it's not going to damage the glove at all because they designed it. So it's very thick all throughout the top of the glove, but towards the bottom it's nice and thin. Then it goes back to thick down here. So that's a really cool design that Infinitude put into place that a lot of gloves don't have, because here, right here, it's just as thick as about any other part of the glove. Now, also speaking about Grant in general, I think these gloves are incredibly similar. The only thing is, I think Grant is just a bigger glove in general. I mean, it looks more poofy. The gloves are a little bit more dense in the padding. These are a little softer, but they have similar thumbs, the two-tone thumb and the design of the thumb. They have the same wrist backing here. The stitching is located in the same spots. It's very similar to Grant, but the only thing is, these were $500 compared to $110 customization. You might as well just take your Grant logo, honestly, and the customization and put it here and just call it a Grant glove. Only the thing is, I think I might actually like these better than Grant's. But I haven't used these for more than a year. I've used these just about every other day for the last 3.5, 4 months since I got them. And I have no complaints. So I'm going to get into the training footage now. I'm just really baffled still that Infinitude did this. My one drawback, once again, is just the laces are a little too short. So I can't even really show the pinching unless, I mean, you can't really even wrap around. So I might replace them, you know, in time. But that'll come in time. I'll probably replace them pretty soon. I use the lace and loop a lot with these, but you'll see that in the training footage. So I hit the bag and I sparred a lot with these gloves, and I got some footage of that. So I'll see you with my final conclusion on the Infinitude Raptor Xtreme training gloves. All right, folks, so a very quick and simple tutorial on how to customize your own gloves. So first off, we're going to go to infinitudefight.com. I'm going to post that in the link in the description below. Now what you're going to do is go to custom boxing gear, and they have a couple different options. They have boxing gloves, headgear, groin guards, shorts, BJJs, which means gis, the robes that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys wear. Then we're going to click custom boxing gloves. So you have 3 options to pick from. There's Harrier Pro, Stealth X2 Pro, and then Raptor Xtreme. I don't know much about these two. I like what the Raptor Xtreme does, and that's the gloves I have. So we're going to click on Design Now. All right, it's going to bring you to this massive 3D model, and this is really, really cool. Now, all you have to do to customize is if you look over here where it says customize, right underneath it says palm back. You can customize by clicking on that everything with the gloves, right down to the laces, the stitches, the piping, everything. So you know what? I want to start out with the palm back. There's a bunch of different colors to pick from. There's plain colors that range all the way through these. Then there's matte colors, so if you want a smoother look, you know, that old school matte color, that's cool. There's metallic, which gives it a nice shine even in the program. It has the shine to it. I like that color there. And then there's fluorescent, so that's even cooler, all right? But you know what? I like that metallic color, that apricot color it says. So I'm going to go back to that. Now I want to make the wrist piping. I saw a fluorescent green, so I'll do that. Thumb up, I saw a matte bright blue. And then I'm going to go to thumb down. I want to make it a plain sun. So I like that, but I don't like the logo on the back. So what I'm going to do is click on that, and there's a library you can choose from. So we're going to click Infinitude Library. I'm going to go all the way down. I like this. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to minimize that because it's just a little bit too big, and I want to move it up like an inch. So we're going to do that. Or there's flags you can pick from. I'm from the U.S., so I actually want a United States flag. But, you know, I don't want that either. I want to upload my own. And these are $7, but that's completely okay. So I'm going to upload my own. It can't be a fancy-looking color with a bunch of color gradients, so we're going to go down to a very simple one. I want that. Boom. I want the Straw Hat Pirate logo from One Piece. I'm going to blow that up. Now I'm done designing my glove. Now all I want to do is add a signature to it. So I click on that, and it brings me to the back of the glove. I want to put I am cool. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this font. All right, that's perfect. Now I want to put something on the thumb. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to put I am cooler, and then put that all the way up as well. But I like the font and how that looks, but I just want to change the color to that. So that's how you customize the glove. Now you just need to add it to your cart. So you're going to do size and quantity, add and remove. You're going to go all the way from 4 ounces to 20 ounces. I want a good workout glove, and I want 312 of these. So I'm going to add that to the order. Done. All right, cool. And I have $21 in add-ons. So the total comes to, I think it's 99 for something. So it's basically $121 and then another $10 for shipping. But I don't even want to customize a glove. I want to go to the Ready Stock shop, which you can notice when I click on it. There are a bunch of really cool designs already. They got crocodile skin textures, reptile skin, snake. And then if we go down to the Raptors, they have really cool designs already. I like that one. The white, gold, and black, that's a really cool color. You know, same thing down here. That looks like a Mayweather style glove. That's really cool, you know. They also have the Stealth X2 and then the Harrier Pros, and there's 2 pages of those. And there's a bunch to choose from. So I think Infinitude does a really good job with this customization. I think it's my favorite customization. I actually spend, when I first found this, I spent hours just like going through a bunch of options. But I hope this helps. and I think you're really going to enjoy this process. All right, so here I have my my heavy bag workout here to show you. I love these on the mitts in the bag because they give a really nice big cracking sound. Obviously, this bag has a vinyl cover to it, so it's not vinyl. The felt cover, the sleeve, the neoprene sleeve thing, so it doesn't give as loud of a crack. But at my gym at home, these gloves on leather, just, man, such a loud sound. I love that sound. Same thing on the mitts. They have great knuckle and wrist support. Like I said, you know, they feel like their own glove. You know, I love when gloves give you that feel of, oh, this is an Infinitude glove. They're not trying to replicate anything. I've never had a padding that's so soft that feels so protectant. The knuckle support's maybe just a little thin for some people, but not for me personally. So I think these gloves are great for mitt and bag work. But man, I need to get back in shape. Here, JD has been working with me for about 3 months. He called me out, and he said, you know what, I want to spar. I said, all right, cool, I'm not even going to put my mouth guard in. You won't touch me. So I picked these gloves because I was going to spar with someone else, but you know what, I wanted to show that, oh, I got a shuffle there. Man, that's cringe. But I could show the gloves in action as I beat JD up a little bit here. So why not? So I'm tapping him lightly to the gloves. I'm in a very bad stance, just having some fun. Flicking my, if you want to call it a jab out. But in general, for sparring, I would really say these are great for any type of puncher. But at the same time, the wrist support is that of a Grant. The interiors that, I just dug him to the body. The wrist support's that of a Grant to me, but everything's just softer. And the knuckle support has its own feel to it. You know, I like when gloves have their own like feel. You know, other gloves I can say, oh, these feel like a Grant, or oh, these feel like a Winning or a Reyes or Everlast or something. But these feel like an Infinitude glove. You know, that's really cool. So they created their own thing, which is awesome. But in general, I recommend these for really any puncher. The Raptor Xtreme Pro gloves, they're awesome. And on top of it, you can see most of the details even in this video, which is great. I'm just flicking my arm out, slapping him away, keeping my chin up. I'd be cold cocked by any of my teammates back home, but I think I got JD a little shook here. Just wanted to show that I could still put it on him, although he talks a big game. But I will say I am proud of JD. So here's a sparring view of the gloves here, and as you can see, they have this really cool classic look, almost just that black and red color. You can see the white a little bit. But the logo's right there. It's very present. You can see a little stamp on the wrist. The one thing I will say is that you can't really see the Combat Corp on the thumb, so maybe I should have made that a little bit bigger. But in the end, you know, I really like that. I like the look that it gives, and it explodes with detail. It really does. They did a great job. The training footage is done. I've broken the gloves down, and now it's just time to talk about my final thoughts on them. First off, I just want to say once again, Infinitude does not endorse or sponsor the channel, but I did customize these entirely. And I just want to once again say, for the quality of the glove that you get for the price, for $110 for all of the customizations, I think it's $10 plus each and every thing that you add. And you know, on top of it, you can get gloves just like this of the same quality without the customization with a bunch of stock colors for $70, and they can be at your doorstep within the week. And that's insane, because there are some beginner gloves. If you just watch the video on the beginner video on the beginner gloves that you have, that's just insane, because some of those beginner gloves were like 50, 60 bucks. And not nearly as good as these. I mean, that's just insane. Obviously, if you're a beginner, get beginner gloves, because these are meant for a professional, I believe. They are a higher-end glove. They're very much a puncher's glove, and almost in some ways maybe too much of a puncher glove, because although it doesn't hurt my knuckles often, I do feel like my knuckles are about to pierce through the glove every now and again. But that's not so much of a drawback. But maybe there should just be a little bit more padding. But I think you can even go up to 18 ounces with these gloves, which is an amazing feature. Once again, I mean, they looked to every detail. The craftsmanship is perfect. I've had them for 3 or 4 months, and not one thing has gone wrong with them. The padding hasn't broken apart whatsoever. The glove hasn't shown signs of wear other than your basic creasing that you're going to get in leather. The interior does not smell, and it takes like an hour or two to dry, not even if you just leave it out. It always feels so comfortable when my hand's inside. The laces strap very nice, especially when you go through the piping here, which is awesome. And on top of it, if the laces were just a little bit longer, I could show you that it pinches around for really good wrist support. But that's my one drawback to the glove, really, is that the laces are just a little bit too short. Even when you try and manipulate them and move them, they're just this long at all times. And if you look at any other glove, I'll bring the Grants out again, compared to these, they're a pretty good couple inches difference. So I like a longer lace so you can really wrap them up tight. I don't know if they come with Velcro or not. I really should have looked into that. I don't know. I think they do with one or two of their models, but that's okay. You can always get a pair of lacing loops, which are $10, which is what I was using in the video. Overall, if I had to give these gloves a rating between the quality, between the price, between everything, man, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, honestly. I'd give it something like a 10 out of 10, but I think I'm still curious to know if a year down the line they're going to look this way. I really do think they will. I give them a 9 out of 10 because maybe the laces are a bit too short, and the padding maybe could be a little bit more dense, but that's just really more of a preference thing. But I think for anybody that's looking for a professional glove and they want to try a puncher's glove, definitely look into these. And the customization is just nuts. I mean, you saw the customization and how detailed it is. You can customize anything down to the stitching. That's just amazing. So, I give them a 9 out of 10. There's just a couple little details that I think could be fixed. But, you know, at the same time, for $110 customization and $70 for the base stock glove, you're going to struggle to find a glove that's better than these, honestly. And I think they have two other models, and I think the way it works, these are like their puncher's gloves, and they also have like their defensive style and their puffy glove as well. But every company does. But I really love these gloves. You know, I'm going to use them for a long time, and on top of it, my logo's on them, so that's awesome. So, everyone, thank you so much for watching the Combat Corporation, your source for combat sports. I'm your host, Alan the Postmaster Morrow, and I'll see you on the next video.